All right, we have another game for you today, and we are back with Ploppy playing as the Celts, and his opponent is Carlo Saint. Carlo Saint. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And Carlo Saint is playing as the Vikings. Good luck, have fun. Little does Carlo Saint know what he is in for today, because the Plopmeister or Ploppy or Lord Plop or whatever you want to call him, he is in it to win it, and he is going to be using those militia men-at-arms, and he told me he took this one all the way, so I'm really excited for this game. Now, the strategy here is simple. Spam, 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 spam. And if that doesn't work, you're going to want to spam, of course. He picks Celts in this particular situation because Celt men-at-arms and militia, they move a little bit quicker, so they can actually catch up to archers, and they can do a lot of damage to archers in small groups. Otherwise, archers normally completely obliterate militia, men-at-arms, and so on. This is a buckle your seatbelt kind of a game. Ploppy is, first of all, very skilled, very talented. I really appreciate that about him. He has carried me to victory on several occasions, but also he's just a really fun character to watch. Come fight, you baby! And he also had another really great line, which I still quote to today, is, "Did you take my boar? Did you take my boar?" And it's just a lot of fun to play with him, to be honest. I know I give him stuff every once in a while, I tease him a little bit. But it's all friendly banter, just joking around. Ploppy, if you are listening to this, I don't mean no disrespect to you in any way. And I have a lot of fun playing with him, so I really hope that he keeps doing crazy strategies and spam strategies. And what other... He told me he's working on something secret, something special coming up soon. Now, he did tell me that this was a relatively long game, so we are going to fast forward on several different occasions as we are checking out the builds over here. Now, this is about 1400 elo, so keep that in mind. This is 1400 elo play, so players should know what to do against the spam. Or do they? We got some scouting going on over here, but other than that, nothing too exciting happening. We're going to drag in that boar. And we are just having a nice standard little Dark Age. Shoot the scout, take the boar, eat the cows, have the food, even pushing in his ear. Yeah, you definitely want to get as much food in this build as possible. And look at this. Mining camp already, small walls. I do love myself some small walls. That's really nice. You're going to be able to collect that food forever. Unless there are archers on the prowl. It looks like red. Ooh, interesting. Red is going for a drush as well, or is Ploppy not going to go for a drush? Is he just going to go for men-at-arms immediately? I think we should see a barracks pretty soon. And once again, this is just a spam strat. Just spam out the units, outmass your opponent, and do more damage than they can produce. Yeah, this is a men-at-arms rush for sure. I also wonder where he's going to build those barracks. Is he going to build them at home, or is he going to build them forward? No, he is going to build them at home. He is going to keep it nice and safe. And look at these small walls. You gotta appreciate these small walls. No waller boys here, just small walls and push. Meanwhile, this drush is going to arrive. I wonder what he's going to target. I think he's probably going to target those berries, but that is already fully walled, so nice job on the small walls once again, and could actually deny that barracks for the time being. And I really do like that he's pushing in the food as well, because that adds a lot, especially if you're not trying to invest into farms early on. Getting that extra free food is really nice. No pressure either, you know, that he feels here. Just small walls everywhere to keep this drush out. Now, the drush indicates to me that Carlo Saint is trying to fast castle behind it. And I can also tell from his walls that he is probably going to try and full wall his base at some point. Probably wall here, probably wall across like this, and then another wall like this. Yeah, he is slowly starting to wall. I'm trying to keep Ploppy at home with that Drush, but that Drush is not going to find any damage unless there's an overchop. And now the interesting question is supplies. Immediately goes for supplies. Double barracks with those Celt men-at-arms can be so dangerous. And there it is. Here comes the production. He's getting upgrades in this one, and he's getting units in the other one. Oh, it looks like he does want to clear up this Drush before moving forward, which would actually give Red some time to... Uh-oh. Does the spam still work if your opponent goes archers with Vikings? He's going to try and clear this up in the back here. He does have 2 men-at-arms, and once again, these are going to be much faster than Carlos Saint's militia, and these should just get absolutely chopped down. There's one down, and actually more even than I think. Numbers make a huge difference, but another one coming out, and another one coming out, and another one coming out pretty soon, and another one is going to be coming out pretty soon. And that's the theme of this stream, of this recording of this cast, is more and more men-at-arms. He's getting the plus attack, and he's getting the plus melee defense on these guys, and these guys are quick boys. And here comes the zombie hordes. Now in HD, because I managed to fix 1 or 2 things. Bear chasing this guy to scare. He's like, I don't care, run. But can he even get in? Is this base going to be fully walled by the time he gets here? I think it is. I think it is going to be fully walled, because his back looks like it's going to be fully walled, and this front, yeah. So this is what people do when they go for a Drush. The Drush is meant to distract your opponent enough so that you can fast castle behind this, and ooh, he is going to spark that archery range. I would not be surprised if he targets that archery range to try and take that down first. But he is just going to go for some damage. And there's already a total of 5 men-at-arms here, and more streaming in slowly. I don't know what these 2 guys are doing, but they're going to be joining the horde pretty soon. Archers now have to run away, have to pick multiple sides in order to break in, and this is tough. When your opponent has archers behind and you're trying to man-at-arm rush, oh, but he's going to try and take down that archery range slow and steady. And now that he's coming over here, he's like, haha, that was all just a debate. I wanted you to come over here because now I can break through over here. And meanwhile, Carlos Saint is building another archery range to try and keep these men-at-arms at bay, but is pushed off of gold now. There are a small number of archers here, but guess what? You can't out-micro Celt men-at-arms. But using that TC as cover is very, very smart from Carlos Saint. Does not look like he has fletching on these. Oh, he does have fletching already. Uh-oh, that could spend really, really big trouble. Spend a lot of trouble. Spend your troubles here. Spend your troubles in Age of Empires Definitive Edition. But more and more of those men-at-arms are coming forward. He is going to try and take down this archery range, but there's another archery range right behind. Probably want to get a surround on that archery range. Trying to keep these guys busy over here as well. Trying to do some dodging, trying to get some dual kills, and oh my goodness, it's so crazy to see the men-at-arms rush in action. Plugs the hole, doesn't want more men-at-arms flooding in. Oh, you closed that hole? That's fine. We're going to make another hole. It does look like this archery range is going to go down as well. And these men-at-arms do get into those archers, and look at this. Even the micro is not enough to stop these men-at-arms. Chopping these archers down one by one. So low HP on these guys, but we really want to see what's happening over here. Vil fighting now as well has commenced, and it is chaos. It is absolute chaos in Carlos Saint's base. Trying to keep him off that main goal, trying to stop him from building archers. Is he going to have enough with this push? Oh my goodness. Many of Vils have died, but at the same time, he's not really producing a whole bunch of villagers at home. All out of food, has to put all of his wood into farms and into gold to maintain that man-at-arm production. Another chop down over here potentially on that hill, and he's just trying to make as many holes as possible. Another hole over here being created. Could go for that wood line again. And definitely want to keep these archer numbers down to the best of your ability. Tries to re-wall, and there's just holes everywhere. Zombies are streaming in. A tower goes up to protect, and oh, that could spell disaster. I think that's also within range. Ooh, very nice quick walls over there. And one more quick wall. Can he get around? Yeah, another quick wall right there. But actually, this is just barely out of range of that TC. Would have maybe been better to put that tower right here. I think it would have been much better placement. Should actually go to stone to get more stone for additional towers. But these men-at-arms are being targeted now by the villagers. Oh my goodness, messy, messy stuff. And the scout even gets to join the fray, join the fight. I definitely don't want this tower to stay up. And it does look like it is going to go down eventually. No villagers being produced, just men-at-arms. So if red can maintain control somehow, some way, if he can push this off, he is desperately trying to wall these areas, but more men-at-arms are just streaming in, even taking down this barracks over here. Absolute monsters these guys are. Increasing the holes, all like try and wall your base, go ahead, but there are holes everywhere. Although it does look like this tower is going to stay up, and that's actually quite big for red, because that could give him safe gold access. But these men-at-arms don't care. They're just going to fight this anyway. Another villager goes down. And where can he take wood? Only over here. Wow. Sorry. I have to catch my breath for a second. It looks like this is now stabilized slightly. Is going to try and take down this archery range as well. But another archery range is being produced. And once again, this watchtower could spell disaster for Ploppy. Definitely got through those walls really, really quick. I think men-at-arms are pretty good at doing that, especially if you wall so large. I mean, it's really hard to, for example, wall behind this wall over here when men-at-arms are all over the place. And they're even trying to get into this wood line eventually. There is one archer doing work over here. That archer range did go down as well. Who needs rams to rush when you have tons of men-at-arms? Is getting the armor upgrade now on his archers as well. That's definitely going to help keeping them alive. Meanwhile, this TC, like this area is just safe. I guess not for these guys. These guys are just running through. Get him! Get him! Another archery range is being produced. And my goodness, what a chaotic game. Absolute madness. And now he's through on the wood line. Has to delete the house. These villagers have to run. They are going back over here, but this is not protected. This is not walled in. And more villagers are going down. Really do like this build from Ploppy. He has just enough to constantly produce men-at-arms. Maybe even needs one more villager on gold, because it looks like his food count is rising, but his gold is not. And this tower may actually go down again. Definitely wants to take down this tower if he possibly can. Gotta take down these villagers that are taking down your men-at-arms. And double archery range, but I don't think that red can really... Oh, he can. He is producing from both of them at this time. Let's see what the total vill count is. Wow. Red with 36 villagers against Ploppy's 23. And this is why this strategy shouldn't work, right? But at the same time, how efficient are those 34 only now? 33 as more and more villagers are dropping. How efficient are they? Well, these guys are long distance chopping. And it does look like the spam is slowly starting to fade from Ploppy. Especially if these archer numbers rise. You definitely want to get those archers. Oof. 5 archers here already. And that's a lot of archers. Definitely needs to get his numbers up a little bit. And the scout is still here as well. And now all of a sudden you're in a situation where you're down 8 villagers, but you've done so much more damage to your opponent than your opponent ever did to you. All of Ploppy's villagers have been, you know, just farming, doing my thing, farming around. And this wood is going to get less and less efficient over time. I wonder if red can indeed hold on, or if there's just simply too much pressure. The score is looking really, really even, by the way. And oh, the surround on those archers, that's huge. Have to run away, but once again, these Kelp men-at-arms, they are faster than these archers, so they should be able to chase this down, especially if they're running away. Ooh. This is probably going to micro on this hill. No? Okay. This is that opportunity. And the zombies are still attacking. I think he's just trying to gather over here and see what's going on. Ooh, more towers may be being constructed in the near future. And nobody's even close to clicking up to Castle Age. Let me just make sure that that is true. Does have the food, but definitely does not have the gold, and is not able to take any of his goals at this time. So maybe needs a market at some point just to balance his eco out. And these archers do eventually get cleaned up. I think Ploppy will be very, very happy. Even though he dragged those men-at-arms away, that's fine because these men-at-arms are just simply going to join the fight later on. They managed to re-wall over here, but once again, this wall is very, very flimsy. If Ploppy decided to come over here and attack this wall over here or this wall over here, the closest to that are those stone miners, and I'm not too convinced that he could wall behind. Preparing the archer range, one archer behind, not on gold at all. Doesn't look like any additional archers are being constructed, but we still have those men-at-arms streaming in. What a wild game. Ploppy says, well, I don't know if, Man-at-Arm Rush is really interesting. It kind of goes on for a while. My goodness, to me, this is action-packed extraordinary, and I definitely would recommend that he pulls these Man-at-Arms away at some point. Yes, he does, just because there are so many archers behind here, and by so many, I mean all of one. But that tower going up, that is big. That is big indeed, and probably could snipe this archer down. Like, if you don't let the archer numbers get up, and ooh, another tower coming up as well. That's actually really bad news bears for Ploppy. I mean, he is killing all of these houses. You might as well get what you can get, but can you ever fully push them away, especially when they're continually building towers? I like that he did go for stone heavily. I mean, that's a heavy, heavy stone investment. Could actually just walk around here. Yeah, I think that's the right play. Should garrison now. A little bit too late on that, and ooh, it does look like that tower is slightly out of range. Is going to try and force click that up. Is getting one of these guys for sure. Additional men-at-arms are being pulled. Ooh, a lot of losses there for Ploppy. Can he get these men-at-arms? I don't think he can get these over here. Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. And these men-at-arms have to stay behind, at least for the time being. More and more men-at-arms are being produced. Once again, still no gold being collected. Maybe at this point, if you're red, you sneak out some villagers over here to a safe gold somewhere. I don't know exactly what red has. Okay, he doesn't know about this gold over here, but that would be very, very useful. Although men-at-arms are now running over this direction as well, breaking through the back, and it looks like more villagers are going to fall. And this is great and all, but you need to wall this tower in quickly, otherwise those men-at-arms are going to absolutely shred you. Yeah, he is going to fight that. That's fine and all. He's going to happily fight that, and now focus down the tower and the villagers as well. More men-at-arms are still streaming in, and oh my goodness, is Red's eco an absolute mess, or is it an absolute mess? Once again, still up in population and in villager count, although population not anymore. Doesn't really have very much military. Only 2 archers remain, and it looks like this tower is going to go down, and all of those villagers in that tower could go down as well. Yeah, it looks like they're absolutely going to get decimated by these men-at-arms. Market to balance the eco, but that is not too good. Oh, he is now going to be able to take this forward gold. That's going to be huge. He's going to be able to get archer production, and he has plenty of wood in the bank. Double archery range would be wonderful. Relocating his eco like an absolute madman. Is he going to just run? I think he is. I think it's not a bad idea to just run to safety, try and hide over here. But Ploppy, he's going to hunt you down, man. He's going to figure out where you're taking resources. Maybe you'll have a Judas woman. That's a reference to Ploppy's first video, in which one of the villagers actually snitched out the other villagers. Could get a lot of kills on this gold, but has to be careful for those towers and has to be careful with those archers as well. Is going to choose to fight it. Does garrison. I think that's pretty decent for both players. Definitely want to keep these men-at-arm numbers down. because they can really get out of hand. But at the same time, it is kind of keeping red off of gold here. But now the ball of archers is... Oh man, loss of words. Whatever. The ball of archers is accumulating. That's the word I was looking for. Nemo is taking sneaky wood over here in the back. Are we seeing more villagers from Ploppy? Is Ploppy even close to Castle Age? No, he's not close to Castle Age yet. Does have more on wood now. Is going to engage over here as well. Doesn't look like either player is ever going to make it to Castle Age if this continues. Absolute madness here. Oh, and these villagers, they tried to go forward as well in a different direction, and they're all going to get sniper-ronied. Archers going down. Oh, absolute bloodbath over here. My goodness. Men-at-arms biting the dust. Villagers biting the dust. Wow. Take a quick sip. Of soda here. And can he find... Oh no. Can he find... Oh, he probably knows because he should be able to see that those trees are getting chopped. Is going to go for the engage on the archers. Those archers need to run, but that doesn't seem like a good engage for Ploppy, so he is going to retreat there. Wow, I don't know where this man-at-arms came from. Oh, he snuck through over here. Oh, I think those villagers maybe were from here, not from a forward resource. Doesn't really matter. What I do think matters is this archer ball. If this archer ball can get cleaned up, that could be huge for Ploppy. And he is finding some kills on those archers. Because if you make a big mass and you can one-shot these men-at-arms, that could be absolutely disastrous. Eco is still heavily in Red's favor. Almost up by 10 villagers at this point. Once again, this just shouldn't work. It shouldn't work. But... And it's not really working against archers. It's not, right? Or is it? I mean, definitely has caused a lot of disruption. You have to think about, like, is he getting the resources that he wants to be getting? And is his eco efficient? And obviously his eco is not efficient. He has to keep running back. And the eco is, yeah, 10 in favor of Red as Ploppy gets housed a little bit, actually hitting his population cap. And it's just going to take down that lumber camp as well. Why not? Why not? And the men-at-arms are through on this side as well. Could get some villagers. And it's just a lot of multitasking. If you're not great at multitasking, if you want to sit behind your walls, and I think Red definitely wanted to sit behind his walls. He wanted to go castle. He wanted to get arbs, or he wanted to get berserks. And oh, these villagers could be spotted now at this point. Yes, they are spotted, and that is disastrous. Oh, they're gonna snitch on these villagers as well. No. Oh, no, 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 no. You Judas your villagers. There was one archer here to protect, but he's not going to be too happy about that. I mean, honestly, you could train yourself if you want to be better at multitasking. I think this is a great strategy to train your multitasking, and that's for sure. Oh my goodness. A lot of build kills getting found over here, and I don't think that's going to work either. I don't quite know if he actually sees that or if that's a spec bug, but if he does, then all of that wood was also wasted. And now, all of a sudden, swinging back into favor of Ploppy is the villager count. If he can just get one more vill. Get her! Nah, she's cool. She's chill. All these villagers are running all over the place, so he knows there's somewhere here. Oh, and that villager actually makes it, so villager count still in Red's favor. Oh, and Red is going castle at this point. This is huge. Red is going castle, and I think if he cancels all of these men-at-arms, Ploppy might actually also be able to go castle at one point. Wow. The sneaky mining camps. I wonder if this... Oh, look at him. Look, he's gonna find you. You don't need to come and confess. We looking for you. We gon' find you. We gon' find you. And you can go and run that. Till the... Oh man, I can't sing. Let's not try. Oh my goodness, the men-at-arms on the gold, so many of them. But he is going to realize now that his opponent is up, and how do you fight crossbowmen with their counter unit. That is a big ask. And let's see, immediately cancels all of those units. Doesn't quite have enough. Needs about... Oh, actually he definitely has Castle Age, but he needs the buildings. I don't think he has the buildings, does he? I don't see those buildings being constructed. Needs a market ASAP, Ploppy. Come on. There's the market. Desperately trying to scramble that up. Did this Man-at-Arms find that? Yes, he did. He did indeed find those villagers back there hiding. And now these Men-at-Arms need to run. Everybody needs to run. He's going to spam more, but probably should stop and buy some wood. Buy a little bit of wood. Oh, castle. Okay, he did have... Oh, he had a blacksmith. Of course he had a blacksmith because he got those armor upgrades. So only needed the market. And trying to build up his army numbers. And now Red could all of a sudden harass Ploppy at his base. And there's definitely going to be some more dead men-at-arms over here. Run! Oh, the surround! This could be a 6 surround if it works. I think he is going to go for it. Block them. Oh, not quite what he was hoping for. Would have been great if they got in front. Oh, he is going to get in front. Was that a good trade? I don't think it was a great trade. But it doesn't matter. You want to keep these archer numbers low if at all possible. More men-at-arms are streaming in over here. You thought you were attacking me. I was attacking you all along. It was the Uno reverse card. And meanwhile, there's 3 men-at-arms over here. And it looks like they actually cleared up those villagers down there as well. Not men-at-arms. They're just men-at-arms sprinkled around the entire map. That crossbow goes down. And eventually... these men-at-arms will actually catch up with those crossbows. Probably should just shoot and try and get as much value out of these as he can, but instead is just slowly going to lose them. 2 is going to be plenty, is it? Ooh, yeah, realizes that he needs a little bit more there. Nice realization there. Even pulls this last one. And now it's back on the attack. Hilarious. Triple archery range production. We have 1 in the front over here, and then we have the 2 in the back, all protected. He knows that he's going to be targeting those archery ranges, and he doesn't want none of it. Going to take out this lumber camp as well. Might as well take down everything you can. These farms are being taken down, and the hordes are here once more. Doing that defense, which is super important against crossbows, obviously. And he is also going to get that longsword upgrade. So finally, my thumbnails are no longer lies. There actually are longswords. And man, what a game! What a brutal game. And you're like, oh, you know, you can't get improvement. There's still holes everywhere. Stone walling. And then another TC, double TC. Wow, I think that is a little bit greedy, especially when your opponent has been so aggressive the entire game. That TC could definitely get the knight. Is going to be firing, though, on those men-at-arms. You definitely don't want to engage underneath that TC. Stonewalling over here. Get that villager. Get her. Get her. Get her! Run! Oh my goodness. That is zombies right there if I've ever seen it. And trying to attack this forward gold once more. And that 1 tower is not going to do it. A huge amount. You gotta garrison those for sure. It's finding a whole bunch of kills over here. Meanwhile, just looping these guys around, trying to keep them alive to the best of his ability. Needs more houses as well. Or does he? I mean, he's losing guys left and right. Getting that attack upgrade now as well. 9+1. These guys are 7+2. And the defense is +3, so 4 damage on each shot. Wow, that's tremendous. Like, that's why this probably shouldn't work, but it does. It does work to a certain extent because it just messes up your opponent's eco, and the villager count is even still. Even Steven. Now, I'm just trying to think for Ploppy, what is your win condition here? I think your win condition is taking out this huge swarm of crossbows, right? You need to make sure that those crossbows are jebaited out, come follow you, and then you surround them. And then dealing with the towers is going to be a pain, but with longswords you can definitely do it. And dealing with the TCs is also a pain, but once again with longswords, if you have enough of them, you can do it. Just this cheeky little like 3 long swords over here, just getting a couple of kills here and there. Oh yeah, debate him out and surround. Making sure that he is not taking any additional resources, making sure that all of his buildings other than his main base are absolutely destroyed. And this is nice. I don't think Red has realized that these villagers that are being passed over here are getting murked, although now he's probably realized, and she is not going to go down to that. Nice save. Wow, I can't believe Ploppy even has the score lead in this regard. I think it's just because of his military numbers. 35 military against 22, and the villager count is exactly even. At this point, since you have 6 and 6, maybe adding another barracks wouldn't be the worst idea in the world, but at the same time, he's kind of at his wood capacity because he needs all that wood for additional farms. Actually, it's about every 2 farms is 1 lumberjack. So to support 20 farms, you need about 10. But Celts do have that faster wood chopping, so you can probably make it work. But that's a ratio that you need to keep in mind for sure. Every 2 farms is about 1 lumberjack if you want to maintain those farms. If you want additional wood, then you're going to have a little bit over. And it looks like the game finally has found a little bit of rest. And the amount of groups that Ploppy has, like the amount of different groups of longswords, there's definitely like a debate on the horizon. Even stonewalling is red. I'm not opposed to that at all. I think that's actually a very good play. It would be great to actually get a castle up against this, because how are you? Oh, there's still a hole, and that villager is going to get... Never mind. She is not going to get picked off. Wants to keep that longsword alive. Oh, there could be an overchop over here. That would be tremendous as well. Well, we are going to hit the fast forward button for just a little bit. As I say that, archer action. No, not quite. Let's see what happens over here. Ooh. Yeah, he has to get these archers away from there. He does not want to come out and play spread formation. And there are a lot of archers here now. 31. Can definitely one-shot any longsword. Meanwhile, we have longswords over here attacking the house. Might as well pick off what you can, right? And we have Thumb Ring coming in. These boys also have the 2 attack, 1 defense already. And crossbows position everywhere. Wow, how do you break this? At this point, don't you just switch into another unit? Don't you just say, you know what? Longswords, we had a good run. It was fun, but it's not working anymore. I would love it if that longsword killed those deer. I don't know, I'm a terrible person, but deny every... Wait a second, what is this one cheeky village? Oh! I wonder if it's going to be mangoes or rams. Mangoes makes a lot more sense. And the reason mangoes make a lot more sense is because they could absolutely wipe these crossbows. Would I enjoy it significantly more if it was rams? Yes. I would love rams so much. But we do see mangoes now. It does make sense because there's no way that Ploppy is pushing in, but he's sticking with the men-at-arms. If it doesn't work, just build more of them. Build more of them. But this is also 1400 elo, so you have to, you know, against this amount of archers, can you ever kill this with just men-at-arms or longswords? I think no. So I think it's a good addition to add those mangoes in. And I like how he's waiting for like 2 or 3 of them before he shows his hand. Even getting the gold mining upgrade now is Ploppy. And there's a lot of crossbows. And he's not just going to lose these to mangonels. I say that now and then just watch him just throw all of these. But I think he's not just going to lose them to mangonels. And the reason I say that is because this is 1400 E. elo. So the micro actually is normally pretty good on these guys. And look at all these little groups just scattered around just to make sure that red is staying in this base. If this goes super long, this could actually be really bad for red because he's not able to expand. Wow, the patrol on these archers, there are a lot of them. Is he gonna go for another mangon? Yeah, 3 mangonels push. I don't think Carlos thinks he's coming, but he does see these. Oh no, that's painful. Oh, that's painful. A lot of free kills there for Carlos Saint, but little does he know. Oh, attack round on the deer. Why, Ploppy? Little does he know that there are mangonels behind, and he is losing these like crazy. He's going to try and microdose. Ooh, doing some attack rounds, some splits. Not yet coming in. Boom! Gets another bunch there. And now this army has all of a sudden been reduced to 17, and there's plenty more mangonels where that came from. These crossbow are going to decide to retreat, but there's a castle up over here, and that's absolutely going to decimate those longswords there. My goodness. My goodness. Alright, let's speed this a little bit up. Red is turtling up like a madman, and I don't blame him even a little bit. I think that's what you kind of got to do against this strategy, but his main goal is out. Let's go to Red's perspective real quick. Does he have... Okay, he does have 16 on gold. Looks like this is his last gold pile. Stonewalling here as well. Definitely does not want these longswords to come into his base. And Imperial Age. Wow. Imperial Age and Berserks. Oh my. How do Berserks hold up to 30-something longswords? I don't know. Another council being rushed up over here. Those archery ranges being taken down really quick. But he needs indeed infantry to deal with these mangoes, and you can't really justify going into knights in the long term for Vikings. But this castle is going to go up, and that's not good at all for Ploppy. Could actually run by there, but I don't think it's the best idea. You might as well get what you can get. So he's going to try and get that blacksmith. Is that defense upgrade going to complete for Carlos Saint? It does look like it is, but no additional upgrades will be coming from that blacksmith at least. And now, does Ploppy consider going Imperial Age himself? Let's go back to Ploppy's perspective here. Ooh, his resources are not there. Not even a little bit. Very heavy on food and gold is his composition. So it might be a while before he actually makes it to Castle Age. Meanwhile, villager count, once again, Carlos Saint has about 10 more villagers than Ploppy. And it doesn't look like Ploppy is able to do any eco damage. Is he still on 1 TC? He's still on he's still on 1 TC. That's absolutely hilarious. He's actually slowing it down now a little bit just to make sure that he can reach Imperial Age. Rams being constructed. I like that. Is he gonna put these boys in those rams? Wow. Does manage to get that. Is he able to? Yeah, he is able to range that TC, so that TC should be taken down. And meanwhile, we have 1 relic collected. I did see Berserks being created, but I don't see any additional Berserks. No, I don't see many Berserks actually at all being created. And Imperial Age is now being researched. Arbs are over here. Arbs should absolutely decimate these mangonels, but attack round is no joke. Definitely have more range. So these guys have 7 range, and these guys have... Never mind, he didn't get the range upgrade yet. Never mind. Never mind, guys. But they could have longer range, okay? They could potentially have longer range. Also chemistry, and there's the final range upgrade for Red coming in. And he is wanting to head out now. Okay. Okay. Actually, if Ploppy has enough rams, he could potentially ram this down with arms in rams. Oh, he does spot that army. That's huge. He's going to try and set some sort of a trap, I'm sure. Can he catch him? These villagers have no idea the impending doom that is about to occur to them. Run! Run! Is he gonna snipe some of those vills? It does look like he has that opportunity. Ooh, attack round! Attack rounds! And once again, these guys now do outrange them. 8 versus 7. And yeah, at this elo, you don't really lose to mangonels when you have fully upgraded arbs. And ooh, this is a tough battle here. Every single shot is killing one of them, but also has the mangoes. Nice surround over here. Ooh! What a trap! Oh, what a trap! And that's the win condition I was talking about for Ploppy. He needed to take down all of those arbs, and those arbs did go down. And now he has rams, and hopefully we see. Ooh, siege onager. Sorry, onager is being created. That could be huge. A lot of these are very, very weak though. And we have our two-handed swordsman coming out and potentially champion at some points. More rams are being created, and they could absolutely decimate this castle. I do see some berserks now on the field, but 3 of them is not going to be enough. And they only have +1, +2. So they definitely don't have all the upgrades that they need. 2 castle berserk production now. I think he can maintain that. And more berserks were in the castle, so that is quite a bit of berserks. But definitely is missing a whole bunch of armor upgrades and whatnot. Is getting that armor upgrade now, actually, as I speak of it. So that's going to be plus... Oh, elite berserk coming in. Oh my. Oh my. It is going to turn into a full infantry battle. But needs those attack upgrades. Okay, those attack upgrades are also being researched. Meanwhile, we have two-handed swordsman. At some point, we'll probably see champion. Missing the attack upgrade as well. Oh, and he's garrisoning like a madman into those rams. Those rams should absolutely shred through everything. Reason being that they are Celt rams. So one thing I forgot to mention is that onagers and mangonels and stuff like that are a little bit harder to dodge because they do fire faster. So this is also why the Huang Rush is a thing. And now we have 4 fully loaded rams and 4 onagers ready to go. Ooh my. And another siege workshop being created. Could find these villagers over here. He does indeed. And I guess there was a monk over here trying to be cheeky, trying to collect a relic. And ooh, these berserks are kind of out of position. Saw that monk got sniped. Thinks the army is over here and wants to engage. But little does he know that the full army of Ploppy is over here. And they are hopping into rams. Ram rush. Sorry, I just did my ram rush strategy and I was pretty proud of it. But my goodness. He's fully loading up all of these rams. So once these things get taken down, all of a sudden he's going to have champions all up in his base. Still missing 1 attack upgrade. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4. We gotta go back to Ploppy's perspective on this one. We have 9 fully loaded rams. And Ploppy wants to end the game right here. Right now, another castle is being produced over here. Everything is being focused on this one area. And I wonder if he has enough. The score is still pretty close. And oh, those berserks are going to go for a counterattack. That could be massive. That is a lot of berserks. So now it's kind of a base trade situation. Who is going to be able to... Oh, just passing. No surprise! Absolutely decimating Ploppy's woodline. He probably knows about that, but it's too late. It's too late. It's now or never. It's go time for these rams, and that's going to make short work of that castle. Who is going to get decimated first? Is it going to be Ploppy by these berserks? Just try and garrison as many as he can. He still only has 1 TC, so that's going to be a lot of dead villagers. Would not be surprised if his village count was absolutely destroyed after this. Is going for another castle, and champions just popping out of those rams as soon as they go down, decimating all the berserks that were still here. And meanwhile, ooh, that castle, or sorry, that TC is going to be taken down. There are villagers going down left and right. We are for 75 pop and 40 for Ploppy. So right now, it is looking, I don't know, is this in Red's favor at all? I mean, Red is just in this corner over here. Everything that Red has could go down as well. My goodness, what a crazy, crazy game. Oh, there's a TC over here. Okay, but Red has spotted that. So eventually, those Berserks will run to that. This villager got absolutely... this TC got absolutely decimated. These villagers had to run out of that. But meanwhile... Oh man, this is such a standard base trade. And if these Rams do go down, that's fine. Because champions are going to pop out of them. More relics are being collected. Berserks trying to hold their own, but can they hold their own against all of these champions? And the villager count is starting to look even again. We're going back to 3 pop, it looks like, the starting population for both these players, because they're both losing population so quickly. These berserks did absolute work in this space and probably are going to be heading down over here in just a second. Is there another TC created over here? Wow, Ploppy, nice expansion. Meanwhile, Red has nowhere to expand, right? There's nowhere for Red to expand. There's no TCs anymore. And I think the GG might be called here. My goodness, did Red's population drop quickly. 15 villagers only, and it looks like, wait a second. 35 villagers still. Okay, so Red is actually still not completely out of this game. I definitely want to fight these berserks. Come on, Ploppy. 35 still. Okay. Well, that's different than 15 for sure. I thought that more of them had gone down, but now more champions are taking down and no more berserks can be made. So Elite Berserk at this point only has to deal with the berserks that are still on the field. GG. GG. GG is called. I mean, the military numbers were definitely in Ploppy's favor, but both ecos are pretty wrecked. And actually, I think Red would be surprised to know that he actually GG'd with 12 villagers still ahead. Nice reboom though from Ploppy here, and another one over here. Did have to watch out for those arbs, but wow, what a game! What a game indeed. These Rams coming in clutch. My goodness. 301 kills for Carlos Saint. Let's look at the economic numbers. Only more food collected for Ploppy, but the other ones are not really close at all. Way better eco for Carlos Saint. I don't know how he pulled this off. I really don't. Even 3 relics collected for Carlos Saint. And look at this. Even at the end, it's not really even over yet. I think Red would have been surprised to realize that he actually still had a villager advantage in that one. Although, like, look at the amount of military that Ploppy has. He could probably take down those berserks and then some. And of course, Carlos Saint can't produce any additional berserks, so he's kind of stuck with what he's got because he doesn't have any more castles up. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for walking. Keep walking, and Ploppy, keep sending me videos, man. People love your videos. I love your videos. I love casting your videos. And he told me, guys, that he has something special in the works for y'all. And hopefully for me, if he can get it to work. I hope he can, because I would definitely want to see some more of his meme strats. Thank you guys so much for walking. Don't run. Keep walking. Can we stop the recording now, or do you want to just keep casting? Stop the